Alright, so this is going to be like a little short video, but a YouTuber by the name of Trey's Promo, I believe, he asked me to make this video, so I'm not going to like be rambling like I did with my previous ones a few months ago. But basically, the topic of this video is going to be about how can you lucid dream? And I'll start off with a little disclaimer here by saying that I can only say this from my own experience because for everyone is different. Some people can lucid dream like it's the back of their hand, like they've been lucid dreaming since they were kids. They figured out how to do it, or it's just been a natural talent of theirs. Other people can only do it like on and off, and no matter how much they really train it, it's just going to come once a month, 2 times a month, and that's just it. For myself, it's uh, I can't really say it's a rare occurrence. I don't really try to lucid dream that much that often. Like it wasn't until like probably like a month ago when I was really starting to think about maybe I should get back into it, but I wasn't taking it seriously. And then I received Trey's message or comment, and he asked me to make a video, and I ain't gonna lie, that's some synchronicity right there. Uh, but let me just get straight down to it. The dream state really just depends on your own consciousness. So it, how can I explain? It's like it reacts like it's your subconscious, so it really just reacts to how much you really want to do it and what kind of practice do you want to see through to the end. Like there's different types of practices on how you can induce yourself into that type of state. For myself, I usually just meditate before I go to sleep, and just kind of like just keep the intent. I'm gonna lucid dream. I'm gonna lucid dream. I think about how it's gonna feel once I like wake up in the dream. I remember every other dream I've ever had when I woke up, even if it's just like momentary. Like right now, I can kind of think about like how it feels. I remember how it feels to wake up in a dream. It's a kind of like a holy shit. Like I'm dreaming, and then immediately I do something. It wasn't until like not recently, but like probably like last year, out of all the times I ever woke up in my dreams, where I stopped. It took me a long time to stop flying, trying to learn how to fly. It's like automatically it will switch to that mind state. It'd be like, oh wow, I woke up. Now let me fly, and then I stopped thinking about that. So that's one thing I also warn about. Like if you're wanting to just lucid dream just to do a bunch of weird stuff, I wouldn't really. I mean that's cool if you can master it, but you have to often master like your emotional state as well. So once you do wake up in the dream, the first thing is how you get dreams, to be honest, and how do you really get dreams is, for my own personal opinion of how I've done it, is either I mean you're usually only going to get dreams anyway through like if you're dealing with something emotional throughout your life, and then you'll the dreams will reflect that emotional state by going to sleep usually early, not early, but like not too late, early or not too late, and then you'll probably most likely have a dream. That's how it is for me. I like just go to sleep kind of early. So I usually meditate a lot. I have something in my mouth. Go to sleep early. Meditate before you go to sleep. But if you're not a meditator, generally get yourself into a night. How can I say a nice in a kind of like a happy state, like because your dreams always reflect like really before you how you go to sleep and what you've been thinking about throughout the entire day. I mean, unless you have like if you can wake up in a nightmare, then you can wake up in a nightmare. Usually, it's whatever tool that you can use. But basically, when you wake up, when you go into that dream state, you always have that information. Like if you always have that moment in the back of your mind where you know you're in a dream. Uh, if it's those types of dreams where, or at least from my personal opinion, if it's those types of dreams where it's just a vague outline of the entire dream, most likely you're not about to wake up in it. It's whatever. But the more and more you write down your dreams, and the more you remember your dreams, the clearer and more they like, they start clicking. They start becoming more like movies in your head instead of just fuzzy TV shows that just brush you right by. So first, all right, if I could put it in a cohesive way, one, go to sleep early. Stop going to sleep too late. Go to sleep early. Two, when you do dream, write your dreams down every time no matter what, write them down and think about it periodically throughout the day. oh yeah, I had that dream. You don't have to. You may not find nothing new with the dream. It's just think about it like your perspective on how you had the dream. That allows you to start kind of like opening new pathways and like of your dream in a sense. And for instance, it's like if your dream is just a linear path and just straight lines, you thinking about it in different ways later on during the day is kind of like opening up new pathways in your brain. So it's kind of expanding your viewpoint, your dream consciousness, that part of your consciousness that operates in the dream world. And so that when the next time you go to dream, you're a little bit more aware. And then you may go to sleep and then may not be awake that next dream. Like it's a working process. So it's like you may not work. It may work the one day, and you may not dream the next day. But then the next day, you're a little bit more aware. It kind of works like that. Some days are going to be better, but once you keep doing it, it starts those days where you dream start to become more daily. And then once you do that process, you should eventually. I don't know. I can't tell you the time frame or how long. Like people say, it's going to take you weeks, months. I don't know. I don't know how it works for everybody. Everyone's different. Everyone who wakes up to this process and tries to do it, it's going to be different. They can only explain it on their point of view. For me, it takes about, if I'm really serious about it and I just focus on it, it'll take me about a week and some change to about 2 weeks and some change. So after doing that process, you try to pay more attention in your dreams. Now there are techniques like the watching your hands, like during the day, like periodically time yourself, like for like a couple of minutes a day. Just look at your hands and be like, okay, I'm not dreaming. Okay, am I dreaming? Because that kind of like programs your subconscious mind to just basically, like you'll be walking in a dream. Say if you're walking in the meadow in a dream type shit in a field, and next thing you know, your hand just pops up in your face, and you're just like, oh shit, I'm dreaming, because you kind of like program yourself. Even if like you don't even do that much. Sometimes for some people, like my friend, he tried that method. It just popped up in his hand, and he just like, what the fuck? Why is it in my face? And then he realized, oh wait, I'm dreaming. It's kind of like, it's just simple like that. Other people, like, there are different types of ways. I can't really explain it because I don't try every type of way. Like, I have my own way, which is, like I said, I meditate before I go to sleep, and it clears my mind up. Going to sleep on a busy mind is kind of like asking yourself to dream about nothing, in a sense. I try to dream, even if I'm not in control of my dreams, I'm kind of still in control of my dreams. I try to have dreams that are, like, going to be beneficial for me and that I can use in my waking life, that experience in my waking life. But when you're in the dream now I'm gonna talk about when you're in the dream, you should get this feeling in the back of your mind that you're dreaming. Depending on like the lower, like let me say the fuzzy type of dreams, like the more and more you gain that consciousness in your dream, the dream state, you should get this fuzziness. That fuzziness that you get in the first beginning stages of the dream, that's okay. The more and more you just recall more moments during that fuzziness, the more and more the fuzziness starts to go away, and you start getting a clear movie-like picture in your brain while you're dreaming. And then the more and more you capture that, the more and more you start to like become used to it. And then every time you get that moment that I'm dreaming, you kind of have to focus on that I'm dreaming. That instead of like going back into sleep mode, because there'll be moments when you might have gained a little bit of lucidity in your dreams, and then immediately you could just be like, nah, whatever, and then go back. Like, that's okay. Don't get mad at yourself for that. It happens. Like, for instance, I had this dream. Like, the last time I had a lucid dream was probably like a month ago, and in that dream, I think I was like at a family party, and at this party, they basically asked me, can you go into this forest and go give it to this person who lives out into the forest? And I have this, I don't know if there's many other people, but I have this skill where I'm able to rewind my dream back if I don't like it the first time. So the first time I go through the dream, I have like this big old fucking, what do you call them, the tinfoil things that you cook at parties, and you have the food warmer underneath it. Yeah, I had basically a whole bunch of chicken and shit. I'm black, so I had a whole bunch of chicken, and I'm walking with it. And then while I'm walking down this path into the forest, the first time I'm just like, wait a minute, am I dreaming? And I'm just like, nah, whatever. And I walk into the forest, and I end up going to this cottage where I meet this woman. I hand her the food, and we talk for a little bit. But then I realized, like, I start to wake up, and I'm like, wait, not stop. Like, this wasn't supposed to happen. Like, let me rewind the dream back. So I rewind it back, and then people give me the food again, and when I'm walking, I get that same feeling again. Am I dreaming? And I'm like, yes, I'm dreaming. And then the dream kind of automatically, once you like that's what I meant by when you have that feeling that you're dreaming, you have to automatically run with that feeling, because like how in the waking world, everything is moment by moment, but it's way more real in the dream. So like every second kind of counts in the dream. Like, that's all I can really explain it. Every second count, every thought matters. Because the moment you start thinking something bad happens in the dream. The moment you think something good, the better the dream gets. So the moment you think I'm dreaming, the moment you become and you really think, like, you really latch onto that and realize that I'm dreaming, instead of just knowing, oh yeah, I'm dreaming, whatever. And then like it's like a conscious, I'm dreaming, I can do whatever I want type of thing. I immediately, like, the dream just stabilized, and I was just like, okay, bet. And I started to, I wanted to fly, but then I stopped myself because I knew I don't need to do that. Instead, I went back the same pathway I went and just talked to the old lady, and she gave me some life advice in real life, like on how to, like, just on some shit that I was dealing with in school and in college, and how I was dealing with my dad, and I took that information and ran with it. But you also recognize too in the dream world, like me, just, you know, how can I say? Oh, like that person, not every dream person in the dream you should talk to. Like, you have to, like, follow your own intuition on who you talk to, because some of those aspects in your dream are parts of yourself that will try to get you to go back to sleep, because dreaming in and on itself can be dangerous, but not in a completely dangerous way. It's just stuff that, like, it's like it exposes you to things that you would never imagine yourself being exposed to, especially if you don't have, like, complete control. Like, there's different levels to how much control you have in a dream. Sometimes you wake up in a dream and you're only going to be able to be stuck in one little area. Like, for instance, like your neighborhood, like from one street to the next, like that's all you can move from, because you can't, like, you just don't have that level of awareness. And I don't know why that really is. Maybe it's just your subconscious mind telling you need to be awake right now. Like, you need to, like, focus on this to do this, or I've also noticed sometimes it's like completing, like, a video game quest. You might complete quest in the dream real quick. Like, you might figure it out quicker than you're supposed to in the dream. You didn't live it out. You just figured it out in the dream and completed it. So you gain, like, a little bit of time to be you have nothing else to do pretty much, and so you gain this extra bit of time to do whatever you want in the dream. But you cannot leave that space, because that space was kind of created for you to, learn what you need to learn. You can't just for at least how I've recognized, you can't always just do whatever you want, in a sense. It's kind of like real life sometimes. You can't, like, you can do whatever you want, but, like, do you really want to do whatever you want? Like, it sometimes fucks you up, in a sense. But I think that's all I can really say about that. Like, I'm not, like, a complete expert on it. Like, I don't dream all the time. I mean, I dream all the time, but I don't, like, have lucid dreams all the time. I'm kind of at a point where I don't need to really lucid dream all the time, though I do it sometimes for fun. Other times I'd rather just chill. I think that's about it. I do have, hold on. Okay, I have this book. It's called Lucid Dreaming: Gateway to the Inner Self by Robert Wagner. I think you should be able to see it. Yeah. Or is that in, like, the opposite? Can you even see it? Or is that, like, this horrible? Hold on. Yeah, like, that book right here, like I said, Lucid Dreaming, Gateway to the Inner Self by Robert Wagner, is the book the only one book I've ever really read on dreaming, and that's basically what woke up my inner self in my dreams. Like, I don't need to really read no more else, but I would definitely recommend anybody go to your bookstore. You should probably find it there in, like, Books A Million or Barnes and Nobles or any other dream book. To be honest, most of them, like, they do talk about, like, just how to do it. It's basically just you get the concept in your mind. Watching a video about it gives you it, but, like, when you really read it, it kind of sinks in, because you spent about 30 minutes really actually sitting down, focusing on, like, what you're reading instead of watching a video. I mean, you can focus on a video, but it ain't the same as really sitting there studying. So all I can say, that's just about how much I have on the topic of lucid dreaming. It's like, you could train it up. You could do it. That's all I can say. Thanks. Also, thanks. I think Trevon or Trevor. I forgot the name now, but I said it. I had it in the beginning of the book. I mean, the beginning of the movie, the video. Thank you, bro, for the question. Peace and love, and I hope you the best in your journeys and lucid travels. Peace.